Welcome to Table for One. I'm the narrator, and in today's video, I'll be doing a solo playthrough of Sleeping Gods. We are going back to the Wandering Sea. Sleeping Gods is a campaign game. This is Season 1, Episode 4 for me, so if you would like to start from the beginning, you can find a link to the playlist in the description. Let's get rolling. Alright, so I am set up to play the next installment of my Sleeping Gods series. This is episode 4 of my first playthrough on the channel, not my first playthrough overall, but I'm calling this season 1, episode 4. And if you are just joining me, this is a ridiculous place to start. Go to my Sleeping Gods playlist and start at the beginning because every episode builds on the last. So I have rearranged my play space just a little bit, got the cards sort of organized in a different way, my quest cards. As a reminder, I've got this Lucky Bones item, which I received in the dungeon in the last episode. I've decided to flip over my my little battle mat here. It's two-sided. I kind of like the other side a lot more than this one, but thought I should just showcase this side since I've got it. And last thing before I get going, I just want to say subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss future episodes of Sleeping Gods. Like the video if you enjoy it. You can share it with somebody else, and you can make a donation to Table for One on my Ko-fi page. That's ko-fi, link in the description, or even better, you can make a recurring donation. Just a reminder that I have no mid-roll ads in any of my videos, so that would be the best way to help support the channel, and I will thank all my Ko-fi contributors at the end. So let's get started. So I've rearranged, as I said, my quest items. I've got the 2 up top that are not ongoing. Those are just keywords that I have that I might have to reference. And then the 4 on the bottom, sort of starting at the inside and going outward, I've got them prioritized. I want to do that cat head one. I'm really interested in that. And I think we're going to teleport to do that and try and accomplish that and then come back. And then I want to do square. Freighter I'm not super interested in. Because I know I've done that one before. I don't remember how it ends. It could be good stuff. I just know I've done it and I want to see new things. And then Cap, I'm not interested in because I don't trust that guy at all. I think that guy's just trying to steal our ship. So I don't really plan to do that. So we're in Act 2 today, and we'll be going through 6 event cards, and we're on the Perilous cards. And so the first thing we need to do is take a ship action, and I am going to the bridge. So from the bridge, we remove all command tokens off of any cards and characters. It looks like that's it, just those 4. And then I gain 2 command from that action plus 1 for Laurent's level up. So I've got 6 command now, which is good. I'm going to use 3 of them for the teleport action with the gate stone. And I also draw 1 ability card. We have a 5, special recipe. When you cook a recipe, also restore 1 health. Ooh, man, and that only costs 1 command to equip. So first, I have too many ability cards in hand. I think I have to immediately discard 1. Let's put this 5 back in the deck like that. So now I'm wondering about maybe equipping both of these to Audrey. I don't seem to be getting low morale as much as I felt like I used to. Like this has the instant effect, remove a low morale, so I've been holding on to it. But that's a 1, so I just want to get it out of the deck. This one's a 5, so I'd rather keep it in the deck, but it only costs 1 to equip, and that's a really helpful ability. And so I wonder, just putting 2 more craft symbols on Audrey seems like a good idea. But this means if I spend this 3 command, the other 3 is going to be used on the gate stone, and I won't have any command left. Maybe that's okay, I don't know. All right, we're going to equip these. Again, only 2 ability cards per character, but level cards do not count. So Audrey's got 1 level card. So we'll just do that there. And now Audrey's got a lot of craft. And we can always discard one of those. We can put the 5, and we can use it a few times, then get the 5 back into the deck by discarding it when Audrey attacks. Oh, but that doesn't work with her new weapon. But I don't know, we'll figure it out. Let's draw our first event for today. And this one is Pipe Clogged. A clogged pipe in the engine room is slowing the ship. Ongoing, -1 to fate when traveling. Action, perform a craft 6 challenge. If you succeed, discard this card and gain 1 XP. And if you fail, I guess it's just a wasted action. That's not all that bad. we'll put that there. That's ongoing. I think I'll aim to take care of it right away. But before I do anything else, let's use this gate stone. I'm excited for this. 3 command, move to any port. And I'm going to move, I believe, to the port of Pig Ribs, because when we went to Eye of the Rock and talked to somebody, they said that that cat head statue that we found goes in a cave west of Pig Ribs. So that looks to be the only port on that page. So that is pages 8 and 9 in the atlas. So remove the ship, turn the page, 8 and 9. There is Pig Ribs, and that is the port, that's where we're going. So let's look at this page. Where is there a cave west of Pig Ribs? I'm trying to look real closely at the details on this island to figure out where there's a cave. It might be 217. 32 looks like it goes way into the island. This looks, I don't see a cave at 111. It just looks like probably near that hill. 19, I don't think I see a cave either. There's like some rocks and then some plains. That doesn't really look like a cave either. Nothing here's jumping out at me at a cave, but if anything, I would think it's 217. So that's probably going to be the next place I want to go. But maybe for my first action, I'll take this action. Perform a craft 6 challenge. Since I intend to move around here, I don't want a -1 to my fate when traveling. So Audrey's going to take a fatigue for this challenge. So she starts with 4 craft. So we just need to draw 2 or higher. We draw a 3, so that's 7, so that's successful. So we can discard this card and gain 1 XP. So let's get our XP. We've only got 1 unspent XP right now. We need the 2 things the 2 level cards I really want to get cost 6 and 7. So we're saving up, though there are a lot of other good cards. All right, so we've taken an action. We can discard this event now. And, I didn't look at this little island down here. I guess that's west of Pig Ribs. That probably would have said southwest, though, to get to that little misty island there. So for my second action, I could either travel over to here and then be ready to explore 217, or I could just explore Pig Ribs, but that'll probably give me more quests, and I think I've gotten some quests here. I've been to Pig Ribs before, so I don't know if I want to retread things I've already done. Although there is something really interesting here as well. That cat head statue we got at 104, which was the same location as the dungeon in the last episode. So I went to the dungeon, and when I came back out, I also checked out the default 104. Got this cat head. I was like, what is this thing? Went to Eye of the Rock, found out it goes in a cave west of Pig Ribs. Now we're here looking at west of Pig Ribs, and 217, where I was thinking that might be the cave, is also a dungeon location. So that's like kind of meta game, but it tells me these 2 locations are probably linked because they both got a dungeon to replace them, so maybe they're part of the same quest. So that gives me even more reason to think that 217 is where we're going. And I'm not planning on going to the dungeon at 217 today because I think that's one of the dungeons I've done before. And I'm also pretty sure it wrecked me. I think it was super hard. So I think, I'm just going to travel. So how many spaces do I want to go? I want to go 1, 2, 3. So travel will be my second action. To go a distance of 3, I've got to do a craft challenge and get a 7 or higher. I don't have any command left to use on my Lucran steam engine. So I think I'm going to fatigue Audrey again. I don't like having the 2 fatigue on her, but this is what she's good at. So I'm going to travel, and she's got 1, 2, 3, 4 craft symbols, plus the level card gives me another 2. So that's 6. So anything I draw will be enough. I drew a 5, so that gets me to 11, and that's great, because if I get 9 or higher, I can also ignore hazards. So I can travel 4 distance now, up to 4. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Hold on. We gotta sail the boat, right? We'll go 3 distance, and there is a hazard here, but I can ignore it, so I don't have to do this cunning test and risk getting a low morale. So that was my second action. I traveled. That's it for this turn. Remove the die, and now we start the next turn with a ship action. And I almost want to go to the galley, draw an ability card, and then discard one of my 2 ability cards at that point to remove a fatigue from Audrey. But I don't think I'm going to. I think I'll leave the fatigue. It'll be fine. We've got enough other weapons out here at this point. So I will go to sick bay, and now I can heal two injury markers. Let's get one for the captain and one for Marco, because he's got the extra strength and she's got everything else. So if I've got to do another challenge, those are people I'm likely to use, so they might get injured. And now I gain 3 command. That's important. And I get to draw an ability card. It's a 2. Lessons, Savvy type. At the start of each turn, remove all command from this crew member. Ooh, that'd be a good one to put, I think, on Gregory. 1, because of the Savvy type, and 2, because I use his ability frequently to remove Weakened or Venom. So yeah, I'm doing that. I'm spending 2 command, equipping this to Gregory. And that gets a number 2 card out of the deck. And I said I'd be better about this, so I will. I'll spend my last command. I feel not good knowing that I'm going to explore and have no command, but I'm going to draw 2 ability cards with Gloria. So we get a 5 Savvy and a 2 Craft. Ooh, and this Craft I've been waiting for. I'll equip that. I was going to put it on Audrey. I'll put it on somebody else now. But this is where I can spend command to repair the ship, and that could be very helpful. Then interestingly, these 2 Savvy ones, this one costs 5, or this one has a fate number of 5, and this one is a 4, but they both cost 2 command to equip, and they're actually identical. They're both triage. Each time a fatigue is removed from this crew member, restore 1 health to another crew member. So I didn't know that there were cards in the deck that were identical with different fate numbers. So like I'd rather equip the 4 than the 5. I don't think I'm going to equip either, but that is interesting. So we've done our ship action. I equipped an ability card. I used Gloria's ability. We need to take an event card. And this is Mad Seagulls. A flock of seagulls descends upon the ship, their eyes wild with madness. Ooh, this is a tough choice. So we can fight the birds, and if you do that, you just lose 4 health, split among crew members as you prefer. I guess that's not too bad. Or you can hide from the birds, then you draw fate. If you get 1 through 3, you lose 2 health and gain 2 madness. I really don't want to gain madness, but it's a risk. If I draw 4 through 6, then I'm fine. But actually, I know the deck is diluted right now, so I think I'm just going to... I don't want the madness. When a crew member has madness, they lose 1 health when they participate in a challenge. It's not that big a deal because I've got crew members who don't participate in a lot of challenges, but it's my only way to get rid of madness right now. It's a command token and pay a food. That does not seem like a good use of food to me. So yes, I'd lose 2 health if I draw 1 through 3, but then it's going to cost me 2 command and 2 food, and that is a lot. 2 command and 2 food is enough to use this Alzarian cookbook twice and make grilled fish twice, so that's like 6 health and 2 low morale and 6 fatigue. So I'm just going to take the minus 4 health and I'm going to split it up. Let's give... How am I going to split it up? We have 2 to Marco and 2 to Gregory. I think that'll be okay. All right, that's Mad Seagulls. So now we take our first action, and I'm going to explore location 217, and I'm doing the actual location 217, not the dungeon. So this says, if keyword goggles, turn elsewhere. We do not have keyword goggles. So we continue. You find a ship half buried in the sand. You can dig out the ship to see what you can find. That is a strength test of 6, and if we fail, we lose 3 health. Or we can hunt for food, in which case we just gain a grain and return to the ship. I think I want to dig out the ship. So that's a strength test of 6. So Marco here is my strength guy. He's got 2 strength, but I don't know that I want him to do this alone. So let's maybe have Raphael join in. So we've got 3 strength. We need 6. So let's draw 3 or higher. Get a 4. Cool. So now we turn to a new section, which says, you dig into the lower deck and find a pair of strange goggles with crimson gemstone lenses hidden in an old chest. Gain 2 coins, 1 XP, and adventure card 51. Gain quest 167 and return to the ship. All right, so we get 2 coins and 1 XP. So we've got 2 XP unspent now, and then adventure card 51 and quest 167. Let's check out the adventure card. These are the gemstone goggles. Cool. These are very cool. So they're similar to these Lucran goggles that we purchased, but these we found. These can give you perception or 2 accuracy, and this is another way to get 2 accuracy. That's excellent. That's one of the best things I could have found right now, I think. That's great. Quest 167. There's that keyword goggles. Gemstone goggles. We uncovered a chest with rare treasures. So this is not an ongoing quest. It's just there for the keyword. I suppose if we return to the location, because it asked us as soon as we got there, do you have keyword goggles? So I'm glad we did that. It's hard to be disappointed about 2 coins and XP and these gemstone goggles, which are awesome. But now I'm kind of at a loss for where this cave is with this cat statue. And again, nothing is obviously a cave to me on this island, so I'm a little bit worried now that west of Pig Ribs is like on to the next page. I hope it's not like all the way out here. I think that's doubtful, but I'm a little afraid. So I guess for the second action, we might as well go to 32. We can explore that. And if that's not the cave, then maybe we start sailing around. And I think we're more likely to find what we want sailing down this way than sailing up here. That would certainly be northwest of Pig Ribs, right? West of Pig Ribs, it's got to be 19 or 111, but we're kind of here already. I should do 32. So let's commit to that. We'll explore 32. I really wish I had that card that gives you one command each time you explore. That would be so helpful right now. We're at 32. It says, if keyword expected, turn to another section. We do not have expected. And then it says, if keyword or, O-R-E, turn to a different section. We don't have or. So 32 reads, small crabs run across a long sandy beach. You find an abandoned crate of grain nearby. Gain 1 grain, return to the ship. Okay, not the worst thing ever. At least we got some grain. Maybe not the most efficient action ever either, but that's fine. So that was my 2 actions. Now we start the next turn, and we start with a ship action. So I will go to the bridge again. I'm going to keep going back and forth between the bridge and the sick bay as much as possible. Remove all command tokens that are spent. I gain 2 plus 1 for Laurent's ability, so I've got 3 command, and then I gain an ability card. This one is a 6, Sharp Eye. So I've got to discard something. Let's put the 6 back in the deck. And that's it for the event. Do I want to do, or that's it for the ship action. Do I want to do anything with my command tokens before drawing an event? I guess I was thinking I might cook a recipe, but it's possible the event will give me like a low morale or cause me to use some fatigue or something. So let's do the event first, and then maybe I'll want to cook a recipe. I don't know. So we draw the event. This is Nesting Monster. A dangerous tentacled beast has made the galley its nest and has started laying eggs. Ongoing. Each time you use the galley, gain 1 venom. Well, luckily I haven't really been using the galley. It is pretty decent. I haven't been using it lately. And then action, perform a strength 7 challenge. If you succeed, discard this card and gain 1 meat. So, okay, I don't know if I'm ever going to take care of that. Let's see. It's an action. I don't know if I want to do that. It's an action for a meat, but it's kind of a big strength test. I'm not using the galley. Maybe I just learned to live with this monster. So that's it. It's time for my turn, and I think I'm just going to travel down here and explore 111. I don't really know what else to do. So let's travel. I'm not going to fatigue anybody because I only need to go 1 space. So we draw fate. We get a 4, so we can move up to 2 spaces. I'll just go the 1, and that was our travel action. And now I'm going to explore location 111. So 111 reads, if keyword clean turn to another section, we do not have clean. So we move on. The mountains rise from the shore and slice at the sky, their grass-coated peaks shining like emeralds. The wind pulls wisps of smoke from the highest peak. Audrey is on deck, her focus riveted on the summit. Captain, we're anchored, and the gig is ready to launch. She is breathless, and her face is flushed. You can't anchor here, you snap. The wind is too strong on this side of the peak. I don't know what's wrong. The mountain is pulling at me. Wincing, she grasps her forehead. Captain, I have to get up there now. So we can either climb up the mountain, that's a strength test of 7, or decide to catch fish instead, that's a savvy test of 5. And I'd certainly have an easier time passing the savvy test because I can just put Gregory or Laurent on it. And then I've got 2 savvy to discard here. Like, that would be super easy. But the strength test is a greater test. You need 7, so I'm guessing it's a better reward. So a strength test of 7. I do have the nightmare gloves. I could use those, and it would gain me a low morale. But I haven't really been gaining low morale anyway. And I've got that grilled fish recipe that can take care of that easily. So let's put Marco on it. He's got 1, 2, and I need to get to 7. So if I draw 5 or 6, I won't have to use Nightmare Gloves. If I draw 1, then I'm out of luck. Do I want to fatigue Raphael as well? No, actually, I don't think there's a need for that. Why don't I fatigue Laurent? That should be fine to get another strength that way. So I've got 1, 2, 3 strength. Let's draw. I draw 3, so that gets me to 6, and I need 7. So, all right, I'll use the Nightmare Gloves. I haven't used those yet. That gets us 3 more strength. That gets us what we need. We're climbing a mountain. One person takes a low morale, which means to use them in a challenge, you have to pay 1 command. I can give that to anyone, I suppose, because I got it from the Nightmare Gloves, not from the challenge itself. So let's put this on Audrey, because I can't use her in a challenge anyway. And since this whole little excursion is, her fault anyway, because she seems a little bit maddened. She's being drawn to this mountain. So, okay, we're climbing up the mountain. We succeeded the test, so we turn to the next passage. And it reads, "The wind brings warm clouds, and soon a soaking mist surrounds the peaks, slicking the rocks on the path up the mountain. Atop the highest climb, columns of stone form a ring around a woman, shrouded in the smoke of a dying fire. Her walnut skin is vivid, but her image flickers like a flame in a gust of wind. Mikra ever welcomes the humble song of her believers. The voice thrums through the air as if it could run you over the cliff into the sea. Her eyes open as the hum dies down and she frowns. Silence then. Not even one tune for a betrayed goddess. I can sing, if you like," Raphael swaggers forward. "Save your breath, Raph." Audrey steps to the front. "You gave us no time, Mikra. Song or no song, we're here. If you want something, out with it." "My form is fading," the goddess sighs, "so listen well. I cannot wake from this cursed sleep without my totem, my shell necklace. It was ripped from my throat by deceiving brigands, and if you aweless creatures want safe passage home, you will have to retrieve it for me." She describes a camp in the forest on a peninsula east of the Zakura trading post. Then her image flickers and washes away in the rain. Interesting. So now we gain 2 coins and 1 XP. Let's get that XP. That is my 3rd available XP to spend. And here's a couple of coins. I'm up to 4 coins. And I also gain quests 22 and 23 and then return to the ship. So 22 says, "Shell, Mikra's totem. The goddess Mikra asked us to retrieve her totem from the brigands. Their camp lies in the forest on a peninsula east of the Zakura trading post." That's back where we started. That's the same peninsula where we found that gate stone. So that's interesting. And she said, now she's specifically told us, this goddess, that we need to find her shell or we can't go home. So I don't know if that keyword's going to be checked in the end game. So maybe we should prioritize finding that shell. Quest 23 is clean. Rain or shine. We spoke with Mikra at the top of a mountain. So this one's not ongoing. This is just a keyword for us to keep track of. So let's put these away. And we'll put shell here. I still want to do this cat head thing and that square. Temple of the Square. But shell is interesting. Unfortunately, this was still not the cave we were looking for. And that was my 2 actions. So I think before my turn ends, I'm going to use Gloria again. Draw a couple of ability cards. A 2, alert, and a 5, which is defensive stance strength. So this one is during the end of round enemy attack, you gain 1 block. That's pretty good. And this one is alert, so it's a perception, and discard this equipped card to give this crew member 1 accuracy. So now I need to discard down to 3 cards. I'm going to get rid of the 2 5s, put those back into the pile, and now I've got a couple of 2s and a 4. And I do want to get this refine equipped. I'm probably going to want to use it at some point. So it's got a craft symbol. Who else could be a craft person for me? Maybe Raphael would be a good choice. Let's spend this command, this last command I have, to equip this. So now I have a backup craft person should I need it. That's 1 more number 2 card out of the deck. So that's the end of this turn. We're going to take another. We're flying through our turns today. We start with another ship action. I am certainly going to sickbay. Definitely not going to the galley. There's a monster in there. I draw 1 ability card. It's a 5. This is engaged. Oh, gain a command when you explore. I need to equip that. So you also gain 3 command. I'm going to spend 2 immediately. Engaged. Let's put it on Marco since he's turned into sort of my strength guy. Make him even stronger. So those are spent. Every time I explore, I gain a command. Awesome. I hate that it was a 5? Yeah, it's a 5. I hate to take the 5 out of the deck, but that's really useful. What else? I can heal 2 health. 1 cannot be on Gregory, but 1 can. And let's get 1 for Marco, and we'll get 1 for Audrey, I think. Does that make sense? No. Let's 1 will be Gregory. He'll get the 1 from the ship action, and then he'll use his level ability to heal 1 on Marco. So there we go. And now before I draw an event, do I want to do a recipe? I think I do. Yeah, I think I do. I'm going to spend my last command on this Elzarian cookbook to make grilled fish. I've got 3 vegetables and 1 meat, so I guess I'll spend a vegetable. So I can remove 1 low morale. Let's do that. And 3 fatigue. So let's start with the people who have 2 fatigue. So Marco and Audrey, and then 1 more fatigue. I think let's go Marco again because there's a decent amount of strength tests. So that's good. Oh, and then 3 health plus with this baker ability, when any player cooks a recipe, what does this say? Restore 1 extra health. So I can restore 4 health now. So let's get 1 for Raphael, 1 for Marco, 1 for Gregory, 1 for Audrey. So I think those are people I'm likely to use in challenges, and so if I fail those challenges, they're the ones who are going to be getting injured. So we'll see if this next event card wrecks me, but I feel like things are humming along pretty nice now. I've got a grasp on things. Let's get this next event. This is the 3rd event. Okay, I thought it might... Oh no, this was the 3rd. This is the 4th event. Yeah, we're flying through this video. So this one says Dunkleosteus. And it says, a sea creature with a massive jaw eyes the ship. That can't be good. So we can scare it off with aggressive maneuvers. That is a savvy challenge of 6. If we fail, we take 2 damage. Or we can attack the creature with a strength test of 7. And if we fail, we lose 5 health, but we gain a meat. And I would definitely have an easier time with the savvy test because I could just put fatigue on Gregory. That would give us 3 savvy. And then I've got 1 I could spend here. So I'd only have to draw a 2 or higher to pass the savvy test. But the strength test, I would like to get the meat. That's a strength test of 7. And I don't have a card to discard. Nightmare Gloves is occupied. I don't have any command anyway. So I have 3 strength on Marco. So if I did that, I would have to draw a 4 or higher. Otherwise, I've got to start fatiguing other crew members. I can fatigue like the captain and Kanan, and then I would have to draw a 2 or higher. But that's a lot of fatigue. If I fail the savvy test, 2 ship damage. If I fail the strength test, it's 5 health. Yeah, I just don't know that the meat is worth all that fatigue to me. So I'm gonna do the savvy test of 6 and fatigue Gregory. So we're starting at 3. We draw a card. We get a 5. So that's more than enough. I don't need to discard triage. So we have scared it off with aggressive maneuvers. That is the end of the event. And now we can move on to actions. I've already spent all my command again, so I've got really nothing else to do. I'm going to travel for my first action. I'm not going to fatigue anyone. We draw a 2, so we can go 1 distance. Fine, we're going here. And now for the second action, I'm going to explore. It's either 19 or 171. And I don't think that's definitely southwest of Pig Ribs. This is directly west. Maybe I should have started with that. So we're going to go to location 19. And this reads, like a thundercloud settled over a valley, the stone dome overshadows the island shore. Cutting through the vines that obscure its opening, you descend through a mass of rock and enter an oblong chamber. Entombed in the earthly shrine is a statue of a cat without a head. Yes! So we have 2 options. We can search the chamber, or you can place the cat head on the statue, requires keyword cat, and we have it. Let's do that. It begins with a craft test of 6. So let's throw Audrey on this. That's her second fatigue. We're starting at 4 craft, so anything but a 1. 4, good enough. We pass the test. We put the cat head back on the statue. Cool. So that has us turn to another passage. The cat head spins into place like a screw, and the walls of the inner cave crumble away. A hall of cat statues surrounds you, filling your mind with meowing so loud you can barely think. Gain 1 madness. Come on, what the heck? When you perform a challenge, you lose a health. Who do I want to give that to? I think I'll give that to Kanan, because he's not doing any challenges. And he's got Savvy and Strength are 2 of his icons, and we've got Savvy and Strength kind of covered. So Kanan's got madness. The hall of meowing cat statues drove him insane, and I can't say I blame him. And now there's a perception test of 8. And if we fail, then we're going to lose 2 health and gain another madness. So a perception test of 8, that is pretty high. I foolishly spent my command, so I wouldn't be able to use these Lucran goggles to get to perception if I needed it. So if I just go crazy with fatigue, I can put 1 on Mac, 1 on Kasumi, 1 on the captain, 1 on Laurent, and I can't use Audrey, so I can only get 4. I'd have to draw, and I've got 1 here I could discard. So I'd have to draw a 3 or higher. Is all that fatigue worth, or does it outweigh 2 damage and another madness? No, I don't think so. I'm gonna do the test and not fatigue anyone and just fail it. So we draw a 4. Okay, so I could discard this to get to 5, but I'm not going to because the threshold was 8. So I just need to distribute since no one participated. However I want 2 damage and 1 madness. And I'll put the madness on Mac. Either Mac or Kasumi would be fine. They've got the same icons. It doesn't really make a difference. They don't seem to participate in a lot of challenges. And then who's going to take some damage? Does it matter too much to me? Why don't I put these on... Well, since Mac took... but neither of them has any block. I was going to say make Mac take 1 and Kasumi the other, but I use them in battle and don't want them to be injured. So maybe I'll put it on the Raw. Okay, so the cats are driving everyone crazy. We turn to the next section, and it says, "Steady on, you urge the crew, unwilling to relent without a reward for all this trouble." Yeah, that sounds right. At the end of the hall, in a patch of purple flowers, is a carved stone. It purrs gently as you pick it up. Gain 4 coins and adventure card 177. Complete quest 163 and return to the ship. So heck yes, let's get some coins. Here's a 5. I'll take 1 back. So I've got 8 coins now, and we complete quest 163. That is cat. We'll slide the rest of these down. All right, it goes in my box of used quests. These are completed. So doesn't have that many in there, really. I feel like I was doing more earlier. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 16, and 163. These go in the box, not to be seen until my next campaign. Then we gain adventure card 77. This is a totem, Stone of Cats. Interesting. Put 2 command on it, gain 4 accuracy. Wow. So this is even more reason that I need to get the level card for Captain Odessa that allows you to gain command every time you enter combat, because I want to use all this combat stuff. So let's put my totems down here. I've got room for all 5 of them. And go to my achievement sheet. Stone of Cats is a new one. Never seen that before. So I'm noting all of the ones that are new to me on this playthrough. Stone of Cats. So 4 out of these 5. The only one I've seen before is this Stone of Blood. But Stone of Vim and Gatestone, Stone of Fitness, and Stone of Cats are all new to me. That's pretty cool. And I kind of forgot about this. It says which god each of these stones relates to. So Vim and Blood are both for Vallard. The Gatestone is a totem for Omlud. The Stone of Fitness is also Vallard, and then the Stone of Cats is Mikra, and Mikra is the goddess, of course, that we saw at the top of this little mountain there that called us up there to help her find the shell. So I guess that makes sense that she was up there and her totem, one of her totems was nearby, but that's not the totem she asked us for. But okay, this was pretty cool. I am quite mad from the cat statues though, as happens. And so Marco can get rid of madness, but we've got to pay a food for it, and we need a command to do that, and we don't have any command to spend. So that was the end of that turn. That's cool that we completed that quest. Let's go to our next turn, starting with a ship action. And I think it makes sense to go back to the bridge. We remove all command from all the places it's spent. And really, that's it. I felt like it was more. So then I gain 2 command plus 1 from Laurent. And so I've got 3 command. I draw an ability card. We'll do that. It's a 4. This is dodge. I think I probably want to equip alert, but before too long, I'm going to want to take care of that square quest, which means I need to use the gate stone to like get back to that area of the map. And that costs 3 command. So if I'm not going to do that, if I'm going to do it immediately, I can't spend any command. If I'm going to wait on that, then I can spend 1, equip this alert card now. It'd be good to get another perception. I'd put it on Odessa, and then she has it, and it can also be discarded in a pinch to get 1 accuracy. And if I do spend it, I'd probably spend another on Marco to get rid of 1 of the madness. And I'd probably spend the 3rd right away on the Elzarian cookbook and get rid of some fatigue tokens and restore some health. So I'm burning through my command, although I'm late to it, but who did I equip this to? To Marco, gain 1 command when you explore. I equipped that last time specifically to go explore 19 and then forgot about it. I never took that command. So I actually should have another one, which if I had remembered that at the time, I would have used it to do the perception test and probably put on those goggles, but can't go that far back. And I should have factored in that I had those lucky bones too. I had a couple chances to draw for perception. Well, that's okay. But we're here at location 19. I still need to draw my event. But before I do, I'm trying to plan out my turn. I could spend the 3 command to use the gate stone to go back to here, probably Eye of the Rock. I don't know if it matters. Either Eye of the Rock or Blood Rock so that I can get around to this Temple of the Square. I would like to try that out. But I could also, I guess, go back to the Zakura trading post because I think that's closed for Shell, for Mikra's totem. I wonder if it's, let me go back and see what exactly she said. She asked us to retrieve her totem from the brigands. Their camp lies in the forest on the peninsula east of the Zakura trading post. So that's certainly over here somewhere, but we've been to this forest. I don't think there was anything about Shell up there. And we've been to this forest. I guess it could be up here at point number 3. We didn't explore that, but like there is this boat here that's a merchant. And I wonder if those are the brigands. So it could be location 20. Come down here. That doesn't really look like it's woods. But surely between 20, 47, and 3, I don't think it's 63. But it could be. But we've been there. But anyway, so I could use Gatestone to come back here, hit up some of those places to get Shell, and then continue east again to come to the Temple of the Square afterwards. So that might be something that I want to do. Oops, and this is not the page we're on. We are here. So maybe I want to get the Shell first. And how many turns left do I have this episode? 2 more. 2 more rounds. Okay. All right, we'll put Shell. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. We're going to do Shell first. How many coins do I have? 8. Probably not worth it to go to the market. I think I want more coins than that. And I only have 3 XP. I need 6 to go to the port. I very much would like more XP, but that's a hard thing to prioritize because you don't know where you're going to get it. Okay, let's draw the event. I think I will use the gate stone. I think I will do that. All right, let's see the event. Broken boiler. Come on, we're having all sorts of ship troubles. The blasted boiler is acting up again. So we're not given a choice. We need to repair it. We have to do a craft test of 7. If we fail, we lose 2 health and gain a weakened. And that's only unfortunate because I can't use Audrey. So I was thinking I was going to maybe craft a recipe, but I was waiting until after the event. I thought it might be more useful if I wait, but apparently not, because now I can't use Audrey in this craft test. But I don't want to commit too much fatigue to it, so I'm putting Raphael on it. That's his 2nd fatigue. He's got 2 craft. I've got none else to spend. And so he needs to draw a 5. And if he draws a 5 or a 6, we're good. If it's less than that, we're going to lose 2 health, and he's going to lose 2 health and gain a weakened. So that's just going to be what it is. Let's draw. Ooh, a 1. Youch. And I don't think it's worth it to spend my lucky bones on this or use Kasumi's ability. I'm just going to take the -2 health and the weakened token. It all has to go to Raphael because he's the only one who participated. And that's the end of that event. But I do feel like things are tipping over now. I was very much in control. Now it's not looking so great as far as fatigue and everything goes. And I don't think it's worth 4 coins to go to a port and heal up at the inn. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start by spending 3 command on the Gatestone, move to any port, and we're going back to the Zakura trading post. We are here, and I've got 2 actions available. And so that's enough to travel and explore, but traveling is going to be real tough without being able to fatigue Audrey or Raphael. So I probably need to cook a recipe first, and I do wonder if I should stop at the market. It's just since I'm here. What have I got? 8 coins? I don't know. And I guess it can't hurt. It's just it's an action that I'm losing, but maybe it'll help. I'm gonna go to the market. Let's make that our first action this turn. I like going to the market. What can I say? 7 cards. Porridge, Amulet of the Fox, Hull Plating, Stew, Wayfarer's Gear, Tincture Recipe, and Outdoor Cooking Gear. So Amulet of the Fox is one that I've been like waiting for to come up, and I don't think I need it now. It's 1 command gives you 2 accuracy, but I've got like plenty of ways to do that now. It doesn't hurt to have more, but anyway, yeah, I was waiting for that. Porridge is a recipe, 2 grain to remove 3 fatigue and gain 2 health. Hull plating is interesting. You get 1 defense for your ship by using a command. The stew recipe is 4 of any food items to remove 4 fatigue and gain 5 health. That's quite a bit, but that's a lot of food items. It is flexible though. Wayfarer's Gear, use a command to gain 2 savvy. Tincture recipe is interesting. That one is spend 2 materials to gain 4 health. I have not had like a lot of materials though, so I don't think that's something I'm going to go for. And then finally, Outdoor Cooking Gear. This one's awesome. It's a passive ability. When you cook a recipe while exploring, restore an extra 2 health. And that only costs 2. Like there's no way I'm not going to buy that. Like, I've been hoping that would come up. So I think I'm going to take that. I've got 8 coins that cost 2. I've got 6 left. I could get Amulet of the Fox and Stew. And if I were to make Stew while exploring, and I've got Marco here, then I can get 5, 6, 7, 8 health. And if I do that with the Elzarian cookbook, that is for the cost of 3 food. And again, if I do grilled fish for the cost of 1 food, I can get 3, 4, 5, 6 health. That's outrageous. So maybe I don't need stew. Removing the 4 fatigue is nice though, but maybe that's not the way to go. This is 2. I've got 6 left. Hull plating's not bad. I've taken some ship damage and haven't worked very hard to repair it. I can repair it right now if I end up with some extra command. The porridge, I don't feel like I'm super interested in. It costs 1 less grain than flapjacks and gives you 1 less health. I mean, I guess it's better than flapjacks because with the Elzarian cookbook, I can... I guess in either case, for 1 more grain, you get 1 more health. That doesn't seem like a very good value to me. I haven't felt like I've had a lot of difficulty with the Wayfarer's Gear, and both Gregory and Laurent have level cards with Savvy on it. So I don't know that I need the Savvy. The Tincture's not going to do it. Amulet of the Fox, I mean, it kind of seems like overkill with these other items, but if I can start gaining command during each combat, like I'm definitely going to use it on these. So, maybe I'll do Outdoor Cooking Gear, Amulet of the Fox, that's 5, and then this, maybe I'll do Porridge, and that's 7, and have 1 coin left over. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. It's not bad to have a coin left over. I don't think I need the hull plating. I may regret that, but it is expensive at 4 coins. Boy, oh boy. I've got all these recipes and like hardly using them. They're just expensive. You need so much food. It's going to be porridge and grilled fish all day now. So I feel overall good about that. The outdoor cooking gear was the biggest thing. So how can I rearrange some of this stuff now? I'm going to push these down. These are like tier ranked recipes. I'll put the porridge there. grilled fish, the Elzarian cookbook, the passive outdoor cooking gear, one of my favorite items. These two things paired together is just amazing, especially with the baker ability. And then this amulet of the fox. Let's do maybe like this. All right. This is quite the spread. So that was my first action. I don't think I want to use the cookbook now. I don't want to do a recipe because I want to do it when I'm exploring to get a little bit of extra health. So I'd kind of like to travel and then explore and immediately cook a recipe. But I guess I am going to have a hard time traveling with Audrey and Raphael both out, or at least unable to use more fatigue. Well, I could use Marco's ability, pay one command, which I have, to remove a fatigue token and regain a health. I don't like to eat up the food that way, but I think that might be my best bet in this circumstance. And if he's going to do this, I'd rather have him be removing madness from somebody, but nope, we're going to pay one food and remove a fatigue. Here, have a grain, Miss Audrey. Remove a fatigue, and then I can also restore one health. Let's put 1 health on Laurent, who's a little beat up. All right, so that was a free action, and now I'm going to travel. And I didn't spend my coins. Let's not forget to do that. Okay, so I'm taking a travel action. I'm going to fatigue Audrey. So she's got 4 craft plus an extra 2 with her level. So we're starting at 6. We draw 7, 8. Ooh, I would really like to have 9 though, so I don't have to do anything with this hazard. But I have no command, and I don't want to use the lucky bones on that. Then again, that would only get me to here. And so I really want to go, I think, all the way up until here, because the forest is definitely up here. And we've been to this forest. We've been to this forest. Like, it's got to be this forest here. That's where I want to go for Shell. And I don't have the command tokens to spend on the steam engine, which I really haven't been using. But I guess I've got the gate stone, so I haven't needed it quite as much. So I hate to do it, but I think I'm going to spend lucky bones to redraw. I need something higher than a 2. So wish me luck. Oh no, you gotta be kidding. What a waste of lucky bones. And I have no command, so I can't even redraw the 1. Oh man, that hurts my action economy. But I guess that's what it is. So I can move 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3, and I have to deal with the hazard. I'm gonna have to take another travel action again, so that's painful, but here we are. So it's a savvy test of 5. Otherwise, I get a ship damage. I don't like how fatigued everybody's getting, but I can fatigue Gregory, and I'm guaranteed to pass the test. I drew a 4. He's got 3. That's 7. That's enough, so I don't have to take a ship damage. And unfortunately, that's it for that turn. So we've got one more turn in this video. We start with a ship action, and we'll go back to sickbay. And we get 3 command. So that goes here, 3 command. And restore 2 health. So we'll get 1 for Raphael, 1 for Laurent. I draw an ability card. It's a number 2, strength, rapid strike. Even if this crew member misses, they deal damage first. So let's keep this. We'll get rid of this savvy one, I think. At 4, it's either that or the cunning, and I have an easier time with savvy tests than cunning. Okay, and I'm not going to make a recipe now because I want to wait until I'm exploring. So let's draw this event. This will be my last event for this video. Explosive fish. That doesn't sound good. Fat fish leap onto the deck, exploding in a greasy cloud of ash and fire. Harvest the fish before they explode. Strength test of 6. If we fail, it's going to damage the ship twice, and then we gain a meat. So I'm definitely going to put Marco on this. He's got 3 strength. I've got another one to discard. Oh, and even better, I've got nightmare gloves if I need it. So I should be totally fine. 3 strength. Let's draw. We get a 5. That's 8. More than enough. So the ship is not damaged. We gain 1 meat. So that's cool. Here's a meat. Discard the event. And now the first action is going to be to travel. We're just going to draw a card. We won't fatigue anyone. We get a 3. We can go 1 space. Great. Second action is going to be explore location 3. That's the action. I'm now exploring. Before I look at the storybook, while I'm exploring, I am going to spend one command on the Elzarian cookbook to cook a recipe while exploring, and I will do the grilled fish. So I'm going to spend one no, I'll spend, that's why I kept it there. I'll spend this one meat that I just got. And so I can remove 3 fatigue. That's going to have to be probably Marco and Gregory and Audrey. And then I can recover 3 health. Oh, and a low morale. Does anyone have a low morale? No. Okay. 3 health, 4, 5 because I'm exploring, and 6 because of Baker. And I guess my health is actually in pretty good shape. So just all of it. So what I really need to do is get rid of some of these status tokens and some more fatigue. And I've got a couple command. I could put one here on this first aid kit to get rid of this weakened. I can't do anything about the madness ones though, because Marco's already covered here. He can't do another crew ability. And how many more fatigue do I have out there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could cook another recipe, but it seems inefficient. I do need to get rid of the fatigue though. So maybe we'll finish this explore action, and depending on the outcome, I can still spend some command tokens at the end of the turn if I want to. So let's turn now to our storybook, and we're going to exploration icon 3. And this reads, if keyword shell, turn to 3.11. All right, we're in the right spot. That's what we wanted. So this reads, the shore is still. Solemn rows of trees stand as sentries to the inner woods. You enter, ready for an ambush, but instead find a quiet encampment of silver-haired pan traders. These are the brigands? Asks Raphael with a confused expression. The head trader, a woman with ivory skin, beckons you to come closer. You notice a carved stone around her neck, a totem. I sense you're not here to trade, she says, holding up the totem necklace with a knowing smile. So we have a few options. We can tell her that Mikra sent us to find the necklace. We can tell her we're just there to trade goods. Or we can threaten the woman and demand the necklace. Well, let's start with just telling her what's going on. So we're going to turn to that section. We're going to tell her that Mikra sent us to find the necklace. Audrey steps forward and thrusts out her empty hand. Mikra sent us for the necklace. The woman laughs, her body loose and easy, but her eyes hold Audrey fast. The gods sleep, do they not? What they left behind is ours to claim. You're wasting your time returning totems to dead deities. So we've got a few more options. We can tell her that we're on a mission from the gods. We can tell her we want to buy the necklace, or we can threaten her and demand the necklace. So let's tell her we're on a mission from the gods. The gods honor only themselves. Your loyalty is a misplaced hope. They may make promises, but the only thing that binds them is sleep. You would wake them for a favor, but what cost will we pay when you return to your home and leave our seas to be ruled by tyrants? So, okay, she is not a fan of the gods. She does not want us to awaken them. She may have some fair points. I don't know that much about this world, but I would like to go home. So maybe it'd be good to learn a bit more about these gods and why they're sleeping, if we can figure any of that out. But we are left with 3 options again. We can talk the woman into trading the necklace for a favor. That is a cunning test of 8. We could bid farewell and try to steal her necklace in the dark of night. That is a perception test of 10. I don't have much perception or cunning. And the third option, once again, is threaten the woman and demand the necklace. And you know what? We haven't had a combat this whole video. Let's go for it. Let's threaten the woman and demand the necklace. I don't think she'll take well to that. She says, now, don't be greedy. She snaps her fingers, and the entire camp of pan traders surrounds you. So yeah, we're going into combat. We're going to attack these pan traders. I feel like in another playthrough I came across the pan people and like befriended them some. So this is going a different direction, but it'll be a little exciting this way. Okay, let's see. We've got a pan warrior, a pan archer, and a pan mentor. I have never seen these cards before. Kind of neat. Fits the color profile of the mat anyway. So we'll get our combat stuff out here. Ooh, when I explored, I forgot I need to take a command token again because of Marco's engaged ability. I've got 1 more token. Yes. All right, 3 tokens I can use. How are we going to take out these people? Warrior, an archer, and a mentor. So damage is 2 and 2 plus first strike. Defense is 5. I gotta look up first strike. This one has damage of 2 and 2, defense of 6, and then a weakened end of round ability. And this one has damage of 3 plus 4, 5 defense, and adjacent deal +1 damage. Wow, these are some interesting abilities. So at least she's not in the middle, but this one's going to do +1 damage until I cover that. And yeah, this first strike is as it sounds. Anytime a crew member attacks this enemy, they counterattack first before you do your attack. So I might want to start with this Pan Archer and do some splash damage onto the first strike of that Pan Warrior. And let me look at these synergy tokens again. Who's going to get me the extra damage? I always forget. Audrey and Kasumi. Laurent. Diagonal damage could be helpful. I don't think that one's going to matter much. Maybe that one. This one's usually pretty good. Okay. And I could spend a command to use the Stone of Blood and just cover up that first strike right now and lose 1 health, but I have only 3 command, and I wouldn't mind using the Stone of Fitness because that is super strong. Remove a combat token from a crew member and use it again so I can get 5 attacks before the counterattack phase. And if I do that, I can surely take all 3 of them out before counterattacking. I don't know if I can do it with 4 hits, but I'm thinking I could start with Kasumi, attack this one for 3 damage. She'll probably get a hit because of her accuracy. So she'll do 1, 2, and 3 splash damage. That'll be the 1 synergy token, so she can pass that on for extra damage elsewhere. Let's say she gives it to Audrey. Then, oh no, that won't work. Let's say she gives it to Odessa. Or actually, I can give it to Mac. Then I could have Mac attack this archer again, hit these 3 using this. And with that 3 damage, she would get a synergy token herself, could give that to Odessa. Then for my third attack, I could have Kasumi go again and attack this Pan Warrior and do 3 damage right down this line here. So she'd take a couple damage, and she'd be almost out at that point. That'd be a lot of damage for her. Actually, maybe I go Kasumi, Mac, and then Audrey, and then Kasumi again, and then use this Stone of Fitness to finally have Odessa go with 2 of these tokens on her so she can do 6 damage on her last attack and take out this one completely. Seems risky, and I'm not sure if I can remember it all, and I can't spend any command. But let's try it. Let's go for it. We start with Kasumi. She's going to attack this one in the middle. She's got 4 accuracy. She needs 6. She draws a 5. That's plenty. So she's going to attack here, do 3 damage, and she will go 1, 2, cover up this damage, and then 3, cover up the first strike, which is a synergy token, which she will give to Mac. Now she gets attacked back for 2 damage, which unfortunately I cannot block. Now we have Mac attack this Pan Archer. She has 4 accuracy. She needs to get to 6. Let's flip. She gets a 2. That's 6. Okay, that was close. She's got the accuracy. She does 2 damage. Plus, she's going to spend that synergy token for 3 more damage. 1, 2, 3. Takes out the Pan Archer. Gets a synergy herself. So we move the Pan Archer out of there. We slide these 2 back together. Okay. So her synergy token she will give to Odessa. Now, I was going to have Audrey go, but I might not need that, actually. I think I can actually have Gregory go. Oh, but Audrey we needed Audrey's token. Okay, so out of these 3, we need 2 of them to go, and we know Kasumi's going to go. So between Laurent and Audrey, Audrey's got slightly better accuracy, so that's why we're having Audrey go. Oh, but there's only so many of these tokens we can get from this Pan Warrior. Ooh, so that is a problem. This space can only be covered 1 time. Is there another space I could somehow cover? Like Audrey does 4 damage. She can go 1, 2, 3, 4, get that synergy token to pass along. But then when Kasumi goes, she only does 3. She'd do 1, 2, 3, and would not take out this Pan Warrior. So that's trouble. I can't take out this Pan Warrior this time. Maybe I should focus on this Pan Mentor then. So in the meantime, Gregory's got a decent ability to do a hit. He's got 2 accuracy, do 2 damage. If he does that to the Pan Warrior, he can hit this head part and then this damage part. Although we don't really need his synergy token. I can have him hit the bottom in this damage part just to get the damage down. But then I guess that's just covering the damage for the end of round. Then I'll have somebody else who can attack Oh, but if I'm trying to one shot the Pan Mentor, I've got to do it with Odessa, and she needs 2 of these tokens. So I still need Audrey and Kasumi probably to each get one of these synergy tokens. So I think I have Kasumi do this left side here, cover that up, get her synergy token. She'll take 2 damage, but she'll still be alive. And then Audrey, she's going to have to hit here, and that'll be tricky. But if she does, she can do 4 damage. Oh, but there's still this adjacent deals +1 damage. We haven't had to deal with that yet because the adjacent one got taken out right away, right? No, wait, let me back up. It's like this. And Kasumi hit first. She covered this, but she took 2 damage. She should have taken a 3rd. Then Mac took this guy out and didn't get counterattacked. Okay. All right. I don't know if I'm going to get this done in 1 round. I think it's about risk mitigation now. So I think this Stone of Fitness plan is out. So I'll use the Stone of Fitness if I can, but I think I am likely to spend command tokens in other ways now. So I think I don't want to overvalue. Oh, this is adjacent deal +1 damage only at end of round. Was not paying attention to that either. Give me that back. Okay, that's good. So I need to treat that like a 1 damage over here rather than being too focused on it though, because there's all this other damage I need to cover. And all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use Kasumi again to attack the Pan Warrior. She's at 4, so she's fine. She draws a 2, no problem. 4, 5, 6. We needed 5, so we got it. She does 3 damage. So she'll go right down this left side, get her synergy token, cover up this 2 damage, and get this heart down here. So this one's pretty easy to get now. And then that guy's going to attack back for 2 damage. So she takes 2 more injuries, and she can't attack again. She's got 2 cubes on her. But I haven't used my command. And she gets her synergy token. We give it to Captain Odessa. Now, you know what? I'm going to use a command now to use the Bloodstone, do 1 damage and lose 1 health. We'll do the 1 health on Kanan. He hasn't done anything lately. He'll take a hit. And then I'm going to put the 1 damage right here on that heart. Now, Captain Odessa can take out this Pan Mentor with my 4th cube. I won't have enough command to take out this Pan Warrior, but that shouldn't be an issue once this Mentor is gone. So I'm going to have Odessa go, and she's got her 1 default accuracy plus 2 more. If I use that token, she needs to get to 5. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll spend this 5, 6. That's enough. So she does 4 damage plus 1, 5 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clears the Pan Mentor. Okay, that's pretty good. And doesn't get counterattacked. So now I've spent all my tokens. I don't have enough command to take 1 back. So it's the end of the round. I'm going to clear these. And the Pan Warrior attacks us 1 time. He's got no special abilities, so just 2 damage somewhere. And Kanan just went. We'll do 2 to Raphael. Okay, new round. This is not so bad. And Mac is most likely to get the hit. Well, either Mac or Kasumi, but I don't want Kasumi to miss. So we'll have Mac go. She just needs to draw, anything. It doesn't matter. She's got 4. She needs 5, so it's fine either way. She draws a 2, no problem. Does 2 damage, 1, 2, takes out the Pan Warrior, and we win the combat. Okay, cool. So I beat up these traders who are really not looking for any trouble to steal their necklace. So that's something I've done, but it at least keeps it interesting. And let's see what happens now. The Pan traders surrender, and the woman hands over Mikra's totem. May you die at sea, she says bitterly. You know, honestly, that's not so bad. I can take that. At least we didn't kill them. we beat them up and took the necklace, and they cursed us. So we're going to gain 3 coins. Love that. Here's 3 coins. And so I'm up to 4 coins now. And 1 materials. And, 3 XP. Where does that go here? 1, 2, 3. We're up to 6 XP. I can get Odessa's level card now to gain command when combat starts. That's awesome. And we gain adventure card 47 and quest card 150. We complete quest 22, Shell. So we'll slide these back down. We'll at least put that one there. That's what I want to do next. So let's look at these 2 cards. We've got adventure card 47. This is a totem. Stone of the Mind. So you can place a command token here. During combat, place a synergy token on a different crew member. Oh, cool. So you can just spend a command token to get a synergy token where you want it. Neat. And if we check my achievement sheet here, That's another new one for me, Stone of the Mind. So let's note it. 2 totems in this video, Stone of the Mind. That's pretty cool, and it is extremely useful. Maybe we'll slide these down just a little. I'll have to reorder these before the next video. I said I was going to put this away at the end of the last video, but I didn't because I just really wanted to keep going. But I'm surely going to have to put it away this time and set it up again later. All right, what is Quest 150? Pan Forest Camp. We had a run-in with some pan traders in the forest, and we have keyword might. So this is not ongoing. This is just a tracking keyword. Put it up here and slide these down. All right, so that was it for my explore action. I have a couple command tokens if I want to spend them to do anything. And you know what? I think I will. I'm going to spend these 2 command tokens to equip Rapid Strike. So this is Marco's second ability card, so he can't have any more, but he's all strengthed up now. Although, maybe I don't want to do that yet. I do want to do that, but maybe not yet. Maybe I'll just spend 1 command and equip Alert. And I think I'll put that on Captain Odessa. I think she's had this one before, so she's got a perception, just so I get a little more perception now. Although she's sort of my jack of all trades. Maybe I want to put this on like Kasumi. She does a lot of damage too, and I wouldn't want her to miss. I usually rely on her. So there we go. That's equipped. She'll be my perception person because she never gets any like fatigue. So let's try that. And then the ability there is you can discard that card to give that crew member 1 more accuracy. So that's spent. And I have 1 command token left. I could draw a couple more ability cards with Gloria, or I could use this first aid kit to get rid of weakened and heal 1 health, probably from Kasumi. In theory, I'm still exploring. I haven't necessarily returned to the ship. I could cook this grilled fish recipe for the full price, 1 meat and 1 vegetable. But if I'm still exploring, I gain an extra 2, so that'd be 3, 4, 5, 6 health. 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably 5, 6. I can get all that health back and remove 3 fatigue, which would probably be 1 off Raphael, and then the 1 on Audrey and the 1 on Laurent. And I don't have a low morale card or what's it called? Token, low morale token to remove. I don't know. I guess none of it feels that urgent, so maybe I'll just hold on to the command token and I'll have it going into next time. So, all right, that was episode 4 of season 1 of my Sleeping Gods solo playthrough of the whole campaign. Again, leave a like, share it if you enjoyed it. Leave some comments. I'd be happy to talk to you about it. And don't forget, you can head to my coffee page, ko-fi. Let's put those names up on the screen. Reserved seating is for all of my regular monthly contributors. So that is the best way to help the channel and keep things going. Thank you very much to each of you. And then the Head of the Table Award is for the top 10 contributors over the last 90 days. So I would love to see your name at the top of that list as well. And thank you to each and every one of you, as well as everybody else who has contributed to Table for One through my coffee page. So I intend to be back next week with more Sleeping Gods, and I'll be going through the Deadly Third of the second event deck, so the Act 2 event deck, and we'll have the conclusion of Act 2 in that video, so that'll be exciting. So I hope you enjoyed watching. I definitely enjoyed playing, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take it easy.